This is my ginunting. Fortunately, I accidentally dropped my ginunting. So there's a one big crack somewhere here. So I wrap it like this with rope. Now, let's see the blade. But I can still lock this blade. It's very close. Now you can see the my ginunting at very close here. There's some blood groove right there. This is extremely sharp. Now you can see the thickness of my blade. I don't know if you can see this one very clearly. This ginunting is very light, probably heavier than standard military knife, a little heavier. Now, next one is my kris sword. I think this is kris. Now, kris at very close range. Now, if you look at the back, see the thickness of this one. That's very thick. Here you can see thickness right there. This is double bladed, double edged. Both sides are very sharp, and this is very heavy. This sword is very heavy. It's like you're carrying what do you call this, gulok or itak. If you live in the Philippines, if you know how heavy the gulok or itak is, I'm sure you know how heavy those things are. I used to chop those things when I was in high school. And there's a blood groove somewhere in the middle. Take note, this one doesn't wiggle, so it's very firm. Old kris swords that is not properly made, as soon as you chop this thing, it will start to wiggle. But this one will not wiggle at all. Same thing with my ginunting.
Show the old one you bought before, like comparison. The worst version.
My first kris sword was a very crappy one. It's not even a very heavy sword. If you're going to compare the kris sword of other countries like Malaysian or Indonesian, Philippine kris sword is very heavy, and it's not considered as a dagger. It is considered as a sword. This is a 24-inch sword. The blade is 24-inch, and the handle is probably 5-inch. When you start to chop using this thing, you can feel the tension somewhere on your arm, that you really need to hold it very firmly, otherwise you might accidentally drop it. It's very nice though. Last one is my katana. It's a 31-inch katana. It's brand new. Fortunately, there's no hamon. This is a Philippine made sword. You can't see this. You can't sorry, what's the right term for this? If you look on the thickness of this sword, but whatever it is, this is a Philippine made katana. Take note, this is not a wall hanger. And also, if you take note on this one, is to make sure that this is a full tang sword. Notice you will see this, and also this right there. Also, when I try to wiggle this thing, the sword is very firm and ready for battle.